I'd like to call a meeting to order for Monday, August 7th, 2023. Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderman Hammond will lead us in prayer.
Let us pray. Father God, we want to thank you for this sunshiny day, and we want to thank you for this board, Father, and let us never forget who we serve, Father. We serve the citizens of this city, but we also serve you, Father, first and foremost. Father, I pray for the folks that are in harm's way. I ask you to build your hedge around them. Our caregivers, just be with us, Father. Help us, guide us, and we thank you for your word and your mercy and your grace. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Please show all present tonight and have a quorum and can conduct business. Next item on the agenda is number 5, public comment. If you remember, last meeting we passed the resolution for public comment as required by state law. I passed out another copy. I know we had some people out last week, but what I passed out tonight to each one of you is the resolution that was passed at the last meeting. And on the second page is the request to be placed on the agenda for public comment. So I just want to make sure everybody had a copy of that. If you have any questions on it, please let me know, and we will get this information disseminated. So seeing not a lot in the audience, is there any public comment to come before the board? Hearing none, we move on to the next item on the agenda, approval of minutes from July 17th. I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes from July 17th. A motion from Rick Crawford. Is there a second? Second from James Baltimore. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? Under new business, attorney invoice. The attorney invoice was attached in your packet. The amount's $2,187.50. I entertain a motion to approve the attorney invoice.
So moved.
Motion from Ricky Hemmons, or a second?
I'll second.
Second from Vanetta Webb. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda, bids from Greg Williams. The bids were in your packet as well. The first 6 requires no action. They were approved at the budget time. If you have any questions about any of those, I'll be more than happy to answer those. Bid number 7, solid waste items, 4-wheel drive tractor for the landfill, purpose to replace 2013 tractor used for mowing and pulling dirt pan that was damaged. The existing tractor was pulling dirt pan up a slope and the engine quit. Tractor began to roll backward and brakes were inoperable. Dirt pan jackknifed and severely damaged the rear of the tractor. Insurance company deemed it a total loss and paid a claim of $100,000 plus $7,321.21 of additional expenses. It was not a budgeted item. Out of capped outlay. It was not a planned equipment replacement. No notification was given because it's used equipment, not required to do so. Used equipment requires comparable market values. Greg Wilson is here tonight, but the recommendation is to approve the purchase from Baker Implement, Dexter, Missouri for $117,500, and this does require board approval. There are also some pictures attached on the last page as well, the landfill tractor. Any questions about that?
I'm assuming there was no one injured or anything in this accident?
No, sir.
Only thing we have to add is $7,000 to it. Since they gave 100.
And 10 something.
It's about 10.
Huh? 17,000. Okay.
How many hours were on the tractor that got damaged roughly? You know?
It was a little over 10,000 hours.
Okay, so it's quite a bit more than about double what you're getting now then. Okay.
So for the money, it seemed like we just about broke even on it. Looks to me like, yeah. $10,000 difference, but a lot less hours.
That's a good deal.
Any other questions? All right, entertain a motion to approve this purchase.
I
Motion
second.
from Joey Harrison, second James Baltimore. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda, report from Alderman, Mr. Baltimore.
Have anything tonight?
Edward? Willie?
Couple questions, I've been looking into. Potholes, are we still doing gravel? You know, why, is there any other thing we can add to the potholes that would, not require so much time replacing gravel that's been chunked out or washed out?
So I think maybe what you're referring to is a lot of the sewer rehab work that's been going on, and you'll see those patches where the gravel's in there, and that company is here, has been here for a couple of weeks, 2 different companies coming back and filling those with hot mix. Yes, sir. So we're aware that they're doing that now. They have 2 big projects going on, one on Pennell Lane and one on,
Yeah, there's 2 different projects. One was a point repair project, and they had 73 street cuts. I think they repaved 43 as of today. They got 33 more to go on that. Then the sewer bursting, that's going on, that's where you see where they cut half the street to tie the new services back into the houses. Different paving contractor will start on those soon. They're currently working on East Court right now, so that's gonna be very congested for the next couple of days out there.
But as far as potholes, we're not putting gravel in potholes, are we? We haven't been.
Well, we have to, you know, if our guys are doing it, if the street department, sometimes we have to freshen them up with gravel
Get it backfill.
till we can get to them with asphalt.
Get it backfill with that.
Yeah,
Most of the places I've seen lately, they've been putting hot mix in.
yeah, if it's where we can, but I mean, if they're pulled off on something else, you know, like today, they're working in an alley today.
So we are using hot mix too.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Zach's done a good job. He's went through a very old list, and he's getting them knocked out. If you have one, you know, that, some just call us, you know. We might not catch every one of them. You can call 311.
I got you one.
I'm glad you said that.
Got you.
I'll report one on Lewis Street. Gets me every time I go to my mom. It's pretty tough. It's pretty deep.
I'll just send you my list, I won't.
I got one on Okina that,
Yeah.
by the high school,
We've got a lot. Like I said,
by the high school, where they go in town to the school.
About 50 on the list.
One other thing,
Well-
I know the budget's already been passed for this year, but in the upcoming year, I'd like the recreation department to look into, the community parks. See what we can do about bringing them up to some kind of standard that they're on an equal basis.
Community park, what are you talking about?
Okay, Scott Street has a park,
That's right,
Evansville has a park.
that's right.
Now you ride down there and you see maybe one swing,
Mhm.
or there's no gravel, there's nothing in the area that, for safety reasons for the swing. I had people talk about, is there anything you could do just to upgrade the park?
Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay, Rick,
Willie, since you brought up park,
hang on, this Rick.
let's separate.
You start.
Mr. Crawford.
There we go.
I don't have anything other than, I know we'd probably blind if we didn't see that our police force has, you know, they really got their hands full with
Yeah.
the amount of crime that's been going on. At least it's been making the newspaper. And I just wonder, if there's anything more this board can do to be more proactive in supporting these fellas and ladies that are out here trying to protect us. And it seems like sometimes it's just an unending job that you can never get done. But if there's anything we can do, I'm certainly as one member anyway, I want to do whatever I can. And I think if we can just get and I know these guys and girls fight this every day, getting help from the community in solving some of these crimes and we could just determine the hot spots and do whatever we can to get everybody involved in trying to help alleviate some of that.
Well, those are good comments, and certainly this board supports all departments, especially the police department, and we are aware of some issues that we're dealing with, and we're working really hard to solve those issues, and feel confident that we will do so, and I appreciate the men and the women that do that. Just their support, the community involvement means a whole lot. You'll see on press releases that sometimes people will not speak with us that were on the scene, that have knowledge. That's very frustrating to a lot of folks, I think, but any information that we could gather, you can call the Crime Stoppers number, it's anonymous, but any help we could get from the community would be very much appreciated.
I know at one time there seemed to be, at least we had them in our neighborhood, neighborhood watch programs, and I know that has nothing to do with the city or the police department or whatever, but I just wonder if maybe some folks would be interested in getting more involved in that way, to where, as my understanding is, it often our officers are faced with knowing that the person they're talking to knows what happened, knows who did it, but won't speak. And obviously that person might not be, if that's their attitude, they might not be interested in a neighborhood watch program for them, but their neighbor might be. And I just wondered if we even have, maybe some of our officers back here may know, we've got neighborhood watch programs in the city now going on. Usually the police officers are invited to those meetings, at least that's the way it was. And when I lived out in the county, we had one out there in our neighborhood, pretty large neighborhood, and it seemed to work well to keep information out there for the citizens.
Yes, sir. The city used to do that years ago. We'd have them at Jenny Bell, we'd have them at various churches on the east side, different places we've been to, Milltown area. Certainly not opposed to doing that. That's kind of been shifted to the community changer events where we get out in the neighborhoods and meet the folks, the adults, the kids, and things like that, to get in different communities, at least 3 communities as well. But certainly that's something we consider. We used to have somebody that was over the Neighborhood Watch program. You'll see some signs around every once in a while in communities that there is a Neighborhood Watch program, but I don't know when the last time that was that we met, but we can look into it. Sure, be more than happy to. Anything else? All right. Mr. Hammond.
Willie brought up the parks. Mayor and I have talked. What about a recreation meeting next week, Willie? Will you be in town? Okay, we'll get John, try to schedule us one next week. We've got some, I think, some exciting things taking place or fixing to take place with the Parks and Recreation that everybody be interested in finding out about.
Okay.
That's all I got, Mayor.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Joey?
No report.
Dennis?
No report.
Vanetta?
No report.
All right, thank you very much. We're adjourned.